The Sweat Lodge by Daniel Ma. To begin, let's just have a brief overview of what a sweat lodge is. So a sweat lodge is a dome-shaped hut traditionally made from natural materials such as animal skins. It is used in an indigenous tradition called the purification ceremony, and traditionally it was used by the indigenous people of the Canadian prairies. However, in later years, numerous other nations have adopted the ritual. We know from historical records that the indigenous people of Central California, the Aztec, and the Olmec all had their own similar variations of the sweat lodge. Traditionally, it is used as a purification ritual for healthy living, and it is believed that the intense heat that is generated by pouring water on the heated rocks encourages the sweating of toxins and negative energy from the body. Where is it practiced in Canada? The sweat lodge is practiced by the indigenous people of the Canadian prairies, which is an umbrella group that includes the Cree, the Dakota, and the Assiniboine, to name a few. There is an estimated population of around 33,000 people living inside Canada, and they live in the provinces of Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, where high summers and cold winters along with high grasses and flatlands led to a semi-sedentary group that followed bison and buffalo herds across the Central Plains. Sweat lodges inside Canada are very different to their other counterparts, in the sense that stones are heated in a fire outside the lodge and brought regularly inside to replenish the temperature. How is it practiced in Canada? To begin, participants must abstain from consuming any sort of substances before entering the lodge. One must first make an offering to the leaders and the elders, and then enter the lodge, where there is fire pit or heated rocks alongside with water, tobacco, medicines, and percussive instruments. Participants sit inside for a given amount of time, and while the traditional sauna may last anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, the sweat lodge lasts for a couple of hours. Depending on the theme and the values of the sweat lodge, some are silent while others allow for discussion. Oftentimes, however, prayers are recited and you are given a chance to meditate and connect with the Creator. The sweat lodge is a test of perseverance, as it is both physically and mentally challenging. The high temperatures cause hallucinations, and it is believed that through this pain, one connects to a greater being and their ancestors. Spiritual significance. Sweats are often used as a method of seeking wisdom and eliciting visions, and traditionally, the sweat has sacred purposes in both connecting with the Creator and ancestors and in restoring order and balance in life. Until 1951, the Indian Act forbade sweat lodges and other traditional rituals. Thus, the sweat lodge serves as a symbol of First Nation independence. This also serves as a healing ritual towards good health and recovery. Community members. In recent years, there has been controversies about the spread and misuse of sweat lodges, most notably in Americanized resorts all over the world. However, in a traditional ritual, there is only one person that is allowed to lead the ceremony. This is the firekeeper. Indigenous cultures requires years of extensive training in order to lead a sweat lodge, and you must be fluent in the indigenous language and understand the safeties and spiritual purposes behind the sweat lodge. The firekeeper, or the role, is granted to elders, the full members that live inside the community, and additional leaders may wait outside for assistance. Beliefs and values. The Plains indigenous people believed in a greater god called the Wakane Tanka, and believed that most beings on earth possess spirits, and earth was both the mother and the home to these spirits. Ceremonies were often held in winter when groups reunited, and these were often combined with rituals such as the sun dance. The sweat lodge was used during the coming of age, and when a boy turns of age, he enters the sweat lodge to seek a spirit that protects him. Purified by the sweat lodge, he is then led to a forest where he fasts for days, inducing hallucinations. He is then retrieved to share his vision, and the village celebrates. Related beliefs. Although the sweat lodge is an imperative part of Native American culture, there are similar rituals that have originated from all around the world. The ancient Romans used saunas, Russia uses the banya, and Islam uses the hammam. Even ancient Greek and Finland used a variation of a sauna, which may be considered therapeutic in nature. The reason? It is believed that early humans may have come up with this tradition as an element of cleansing, with each culture then coming up with unique uses, variations, cultures, and stories for this fascinating tradition.